Hey there, guys. It's Friday. It's FAFO Friday. So today we are going to get into kicks. So I have a lot of new followers right now. So my name is Brandy Von Holton, and I have done all sorts of heavyweight fighting. I have fought internationally in 5 countries, trying to go to the Olympics, did not make it, but I am here to share a little knowledge with you about how to fight. All right, so if you wanted to go back, I've been doing this series now for a couple of months, but I've had some time off in between because we went on vacation and stuff, and sometimes I miss a day. But on Fridays, it is FAFO Friday. All right, so let's talk about the part of your foot that's going to actually hit. There's 3 main parts, okay? There is the ball of the foot, where you're going to curl your toes. You're going to pull your toes back and hit with that, ball of the foot. Then you have your heel if you're going to spin. Now then, whenever you hit with your heel, you have got to know that you mean damage, okay? Because that is going to be such a hard structure. And then the other part of my foot that I would hit with would be as if I am pointing my toes and I'm going to be hitting with this. Okay, so major misconceptions of whenever people go to kick something is they kick it like straight with their toe. So what I mean is they would pick their foot up and just kick, okay? So that's no good because you have so many bones in your toes, right? You are going to hit those toes and they're going to just bend and break and everything. It hurts, okay? Could you imagine just taking the end of your toe and hitting it onto a board or something? So most of my kicks, whenever I'm kicking, I'm going to make the top part of my foot, this part right here, I am going to kick like, I don't know, probably 50% on my foot and like 50% on the lower part of my shin, okay? But you don't want to kick with a lot of your shin because that's going to hurt also. So you really want to point. I'm going to point. I'm going to hit with the top part of my foot. So from right here, it would be flat, okay? So I'm pretty short. I am like right under 5'7", okay? A lot of people think that they're always kicking with their foot 2 up and down instead of like pushing the ball of the foot forward and then pulling your toes back. So like if I wanted to kick someone, all right, so let's think about this. I am going to kick them here, okay? Think about this. There's rib cage here, right? You have got your hips and everything. Right here in that stomach is where you're going to want to hit someone, okay? Or if you were going to have to kick a door down. So whenever I would do that, I want to pick my knee up, kick out, and then rechamber. Okay, so rechambering a kick is whenever, here, let me turn this light off. I look like I'm on fire. Oh, that's so much better. Whenever you rechamber a kick, you want to pull that leg back to you because you want to be in charge of your leg instead of your leg being in charge of you. Okay, so for example, if I was going to kick somebody right here in their stomach or kick a door down, I'm going to go forward with it, okay? So, rechambering here, I'm going to do one correctly, okay? So from right here, kick, pull back, set it down. I was in charge of that leg. Now I'm going to do a kick incorrectly, okay? So from right here, this is kick, boom. See how that leg was in charge of me? So whenever I kicked and then I fell forward, that's whenever you could end up eating a kick yourself, okay? So 3 parts of the foot that you would kick with. If I was going to kick with the heel, man, I should have like stretched before this freaking video. I would coming across with the heel. That right there is going to be the bone on the back of your heel connecting with bone of their face or wherever. That right there is going to be a shorter kick. Like if I went to kick somebody in their head, and I didn't extend my toes, and I had my toes pulled back, that is going to take away about 5 inches. That's going to be whenever you're closer and whenever you mean business is whenever you're kicking with your heel, okay? If I went to kick like someone right here and I extended my toes, that's because I needed to make up for being really short, pretty short. That would also be like a more of a point situation instead of like a life or death, because you would just be hitting them with the flat part of your foot. It's not going to hurt as bad. So it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do self-defense or if you're in competition, with what part of your foot you would hit with, okay? So here's what I would like for you to take from this right here is that it's so much more difficult than what you realize, like all the kicking and everything. And I hope that it's a crazy world out there. There's a lot of odd ducks. There's a lot of people that have got some bad situations, and I want you to be safe. I hope that people take a self-defense class. I hope that people get into martial arts and study for a long time. Man, there's so much that goes into martial arts, and I just wanted to start talking about kicks today. So we talked about kicking with the back of the heel, kicking with the ball of the foot, kicking with the top. Now, if your foot was straight up and down, you can also kick with the inside of your foot or the outside of your foot. There's all different parts. So like right here, if I was to kick going around, so across, that is with my foot completely straight up and down, and I would be kicking with the outside edge. Like there's my pinky toe side and it's coming across. I can also kick with the same thing like the big toe side, okay? With the toes going straight up, that would be there, okay? Man, you have also got, if the leg goes straight up and comes down. Now that right there, that's another thing where if I'm trying to hurt someone, like if I'm in a match, I know someone telling me to stretch. I know I need to stretch. If I was in a match and if it was something like I've gotten paid to fight before in kickboxing and things, and I've also gotten paid in a cage fight before, and I've been paid to do security. It depends on what I'm trying to do, if I'm going to kick with my heel or if I'm going to kick with my toes. So, all right, this was just kind of like an intro. Like you don't usually get to hear a lot of people talking about what part of the foot to kick with and what you would end up doing with it. But this is like, if you're just like, whoa, I did not know that you could kick with that many parts of the foot. I would highly recommend getting into some martial arts training and to be safer, just to be safer in general. It's not women need to be safer. Everybody needs to be safer because it's a scary world out there. All right. So there you go. There is your FAFO Friday. What we have going on at the ranch is my husband's been putting in fence. And we have a magazine called Country Tough Times, and I have been getting the 6th edition ready to go to print. and I started writing for a magazine, and I turned in all of my photos today. So that's what the heck I've been doing. So if you just want to see some kicks, this one right here is called a crescent kick, and it's just like if you were going to slap your hand, you're going to bring your leg across and pull it. So across and pull. You want to be able to do both legs. So across and pull. A front kick goes straight forward whenever you're kicking. So that would be just going forward with it. My favorite kick is a round kick. And I was told that 8 out of 10 kicks that are scored in the Olympics are round kicks, which is one of the most basic ones. So this one right here, you have a kicking leg and a pivot leg. So this one, you're just coming around. And you can do that towards the head, towards the stomach, towards the knee, towards the whatever you can get your stuff on. I would pull a muscle. That's what somebody just said, is I would pull a muscle. Yeah, I have pulled a muscle before. So one of my favorite kicks in the world is a twist kick. So you have different ways that you would stand. If we were fighting and both of our stomachs, like my stomach's facing this way and your stomach's facing that way, that's called an open stance. If your stomach was that way and my stomach is this way, it's a closed stance. So that's what messes up a lot of times. Like if somebody's left-handed, then the way that you stand is like I'm right-handed. So traditionally, I would put my right leg behind me, have my right hand in the back, my left hand up front. Because you're always wanting to lead with speed and follow with power. Make them blink, make them bleed. So there's just so much to fighting. The whole reason that I do these lives and I talk about my fighting experiences and stuff is, excuse me, I want people to hear the talk about it, and I want to motivate people to get into a martial arts. Man, I used to teach martial arts, and I did that for a long time, and people get into it at all ages. It's not something just for kids. There's adult classes and kids classes, and then there's different ranks. They have beginner classes. So like, don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm 35 years old and I've never done this. Or don't be like, oh, I'm 55 years old and I've never done this. You can most definitely start doing martial arts. So my husband just walked in. He did martial arts for a little bit. Do you remember what belt you got up to?
High green.
He got up to a high green, which is the bottom part of like intermediate level. And he competed in nationals. They have you by age divisions, by weight divisions, by rank. So and they don't have men and women compete against each other. And then I am a 3rd degree black belt. And so I've competed in black belt, women, and then heavyweight. So, all right. I hope I've motivated you to maybe think about doing some kicking or maybe get into martial arts, and be safe. It's a crazy world out there. Y'all have a wonderful night.